Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Emily. Today's video is a really fun video. It was a beautiful weekend, so I decided to knock out 2 small furniture flips and bring them to my booth. I am getting ready for the spring refresh at the store, so I'm going to take you guys with me as I also refresh the booth after these furniture flips. So let's get started. The first little table here is a coffee table with 2 folding leaves. I did grab this from an estate sale a couple weeks ago. I got it for 50% off, so I think it was just around $15. I did have a pile created, so it was about 15 bucks. And I scooped it up because I knew it had a lot of potential, and the first thing that I really wanted to do was get rid of whatever paint was on it. It looked like spray paint. I'm not really sure, so I'm going to start by sanding the top part down. I believe I went with 180 grit to start, and it was actually coming off fairly easy. So I did the top piece here, and then once I got that done, I did remove the 2 leaves so that it was a lot easier for me to sand those pieces down as well. And for the leaf pieces, I did sand the top and the bottom all the way down because I did want to stain, restain the top. And I was torn on if I wanted to paint the underside here or stain it. I did end up staining it instead of painting it, but I definitely wanted to at least strip both sides so that I had a clean slate. So if you are new to my channel, this is our newest puppy, Charlie. We got him in January, and he is the perfect addition to our family. You will definitely see him and Trigger throughout this video. You guys always see them during furniture flips, not so much the thrift flip videos, but definitely these furniture ones because I'm out and about. So once I got everything sanded down, I did tape off the top portion, and I'm spraying the bottom with shellac. I just wanted to avoid any potential bleed through. I was not sure, so I just did 1 coat, and while that was drying, I decided on using this dark walnut stain. I thought it would go really nice with any of the green paint colors that I have, and I definitely wanted to paint the base of this one of the green paints that I have. So once I get that stained up, I decided I had a couple different green colors, and I ended up settling on it is called English Ivy by Dixie Belle. I have not used this color before on furniture, so I was wanting to use it on a small piece where it wasn't so much. This is kind of a brighter green than I'm used to using, but I decided that I wanted to darken this up in the final finishing stage, so that is why I ended up going with this green color. I was really excited to do this next step, so I wanted to add something to the 2 sides of the coffee table that did not have the tabletop that would fold down onto it. So I created 4 different resin molds using the IOD Rosettes mold set, and I just taped each one up, and I decided which one that I wanted to use, and then I created the second mold for the other side of the coffee table. And I'm just going to adhere the mold to the coffee table using Titebond Quick and Thick. It does set up fairly quickly because this is a vertical surface. I did tape it down with painter's tape so that it wouldn't shift anywhere, and it could set up. So I did let it sit up for a while. I can't remember how long, but I did let it sit up for a while before I removed the painter's tape and painted over those sides of the coffee table. Now, once it was fully dry, I did also tack, I used the nail gun to put in a couple nails into the center portion of the mold as well, so that it was just an extra hold for these two pieces. I did not get a video of that, but I did do that into the very center where you can see all that detail. So hopefully it masks those nail pins that I did. So I lost footage, but I did do a clear coat. I used polyacrylic on the base of this coffee table. So I did one coat of the polyacrylic, and then after that sat for about a day. I am going to be adding this black wax to the top of it. So this is what is going to darken it up. And I started with just the decal mold here. I really wanted to see how it was going to look before I went, you know, on the entire piece. And I really did like it. So I did just a little bit of the black wax, and then I am taking a, it's like a tea towel or like the flour sack kind of towels that I cut up, and I'm using that to remove or buffer as much of the black wax as possible. And I hope you can see in this clip here the difference between the legs, like the green color of the legs and then the green color, you know, with the black wax applied to it. I don't know, I guess you could probably see it better in person. And then I'm using this iced espresso like metallic shimmer to add just a little bit of detail just to the mold portion. And I find it easiest to apply and you get the best control by using your finger. So I am just going to go over the raised areas of this mold to apply this gold, and I just love the mixture of the gold with the black wax. I love this one so much. So I don't have a final picture here, but when we go to the booth, then you will see the final image of it as it's all staged up. And then to finally finish this entire piece, I do 2 coats of polyacrylic on the top portion of this coffee table. On the underside of the 2 sides, I just did 1 coat, but I did 2 coats on the upward facing portion because that's where items are going to be placed, and I wanted as much protection as possible. And in between those 2 coats, I did a light sanding with 320 grit sandpaper. For our next piece, we have another little, I'm going to call it a little end table or coffee table. It's actually pretty short, but it has a lot of fun character to it. I got this at an estate sale probably at least 6 months ago. If you've been around my channel for a while, you may remember this in an estate sale haul video. I had ideas that I wanted to do with this piece, especially removing the glass and adding like wood pallets to the top of it, instead of the glass. It never panned out, and it sat in my middle room for, like I said, probably at least 6 months. So once I found the coffee table that I just flipped, I realized that this piece needed a makeover, and it fit perfectly on top. So I was like, this will be great for in my booth for staging purposes and to bring height. So I decided, instead of doing like a green or a black or anything, I am actually using the French linen color that I used in a recent buffet makeover at the beginning of the year. If you did not see that video, I will link it in the description. I did that piece back in January, and it has since sold in my booth. So I decided to bring this lightness into my booth since I did have that darker coffee table that I was bringing in there. So I did 2 coats. The first coat was just to get the paint on, and for the second coat, I do add just a little bit of water to loosen up the paint a little bit, and then I get really good coverage. So again, I was doing this at the same time as the other piece, and I don't have the footage of me doing the polyacrylic on this one either, but I did 1 coat of polyacrylic on this entire thing. And you can see I also did the inside because I'm putting the glass back on, so I had to make sure I did the entire piece. So the polyacrylic made it look really shiny. I didn't like it, so I am just applying clear wax to this entire piece, and it actually softened up that color as well. Now the other thing that I didn't show, I did distress it with my detail sander, so it has a little bit of that distressed look as well. So here's my booth. I did not get any video of me actually giving it a makeover. I said before, it kind of stresses me out to do that when there's people walking around everywhere. So this is what it looks like redone for the spring refresh. I rearranged some of the pieces of furniture that haven't sold yet. I brought the shelving unit in. I think that was in my last video though, so I think you guys already saw this one. But the coffee tables I did put into the center of my booth, and it brought height and it brought dimension into the space. And thank you so much for your comments about putting something into the middle of my booth. That was the perfect advice, and I thank you for giving me that advice because I had my eyes out for a piece that I could do that with, and I was able to find them. So a bunch of these other pieces, I'm just adding blues and greens and as much greenery and florals as I can. I really wanted to make the space look a little bit lighter and brighter for the springtime. I still have a lot of hunting to go and treasures to find to add more spring to my booth, but I thought this was a good start for the spring event that they had coming up. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this, and let me know in the comments, what is your favorite thing in here? Did you like these furniture flips? I know that they were quick, but they were super easy and very beginner friendly. So I'm going to let you finish watching this. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite item in my booth? Did you like it? Do you have any tips? I did take into consideration several tips that I got in my last booth refresh video. So thank you so much for your suggestions and opinions and comments on how to make my booth space just a little bit better. I appreciate it very much. And I also want to say thank you to everyone that has ordered some items from my Etsy page. I really appreciate it. I just enjoy going to estate sales and to thrift stores and finding these small treasures, and I really like the fact that you are enjoying these small treasures too. So hopefully by the time of this video, I am recording this a couple days beforehand, hopefully I will have added the new items that I grabbed from a recent estate sale. So I will leave the link in my description if you're interested to check it out. But thank you so much. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you all in my next video, which will be a thrift flip. Actually, my next 2 videos will be thrift flips. So stay tuned and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see you all later. Bye.